You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's The Game After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's The Game After Show.
Yeah! Yes, we are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. Welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV's after show of BET's The Game. Being is for doing, and we're covering 2 episodes tonight, right? Yes. Episode 12, I Am Not Kelly Pitts, and episode 13, I Love Luke. So yes, let's get into it. And who are you, beautiful lady?
I am Fit with Fallon, or Fallon Mercedez. You can find me on Twitter at Fit with Fallon. And can I give a shout out to Watchtower Base, also known as Adrian, one of our favorite AfterBuzz fans. He's tweeting away at us right now.
Right, yay, hooray. And I am your host, Megan Thomas, also known as Meg Scoop. You can always hit me up on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at Meg Scoop, like scoop of ice cream. So, episode 12. I Am Not Kelly Pitts. Okay, it starts off with Tasha and Chardonnay at Chardonnay, which looks fabulous, by the way. I want to go to Chardonnay.
I like the name.
I do too.
Very
it's cute.
Creative. I like
very
that.
creative. So we have Tasha talking to Chardonnay and telling her that she's pretty much acting like Kelly Pitts because she's being scared and kind of walking on eggshells when it comes to Jason. Do you think that's the case?
You know, I think when you are in a new relationship and it gets so serious so quickly, you don't know how to be you yet because you still don't even know the other person. So I feel like she is walking on eggshells, and especially now that things have changed, he is now, again, this high-profile football player again. So he's kind of in charge, and especially where he just bought her Chardonnay, you know, so it's just like, okay, he's the one who's running things. Right. So it gets kind of, I can understand how, you know, it seems like she's walking on eggshells.
I guess so, but I don't know if I would really compare her to Kelly Pitts, though.
Oh, not like Kelly. Kelly was, but I think that relationship was prepped and groomed, and over years she was taught to act a certain way, where Chardonnay, she's trying to play the role, but she has more of a voice than Kelly did. So
I think so, yeah. And I don't like how Tasha's always putting her 2 cents in where it doesn't matter. Tasha, you don't have a man. Well, you kind of do right now, but it's because you was a cheater. And now you're trying to give your 2 cents into a couple that is married. Like, that's, to me, she needs to shut her mouth and stop messing stuff up for other people. If she's truly Chardonnay's friend, as she claims Chardonnay is really her friend, then I would think that she needs to shut her mouth and stop talking about stuff.
I agree. I liked how Jason told her, what did he say? You're like the wicked witch. She looked like a witch when she was
she-devil. Got a Medusa. Got a she-devil.
That's what it was. And that's what she reminds me of. Yeah. She is such a good actress that I don't really like her when she's mean. I'm just like, wow, she is a great actress. Right. I'm really not liking her right now.
Right. And so the other part of this storyline is when Chardonnay gets home and she's late coming back from Chardonnay, and he's sitting there. How much of a ham is Jason? So he sets up this elaborate spread only to teach her a lesson why she needs to do her wifely duties and make sure he has food on the table because he's $1 million athlete.
You know what? I agree with him, though.
I do. In a way. Yes. In a way. I do agree with him. I
think the elaborate dance that he put on for her was, you know, extreme, but I think, you know, he did have a valid point when, to me personally, when you have one person who is providing, I think the other one needs to step up and take care of the other roles. And Jason did say he put her spa together as a side hobby, which I think is nice because, you know, some men who have all the power, as in money, they don't want their woman working at all.
Right.
So he even let her, you know, actually gave her money to start her own business, but she can't even, and they don't have kids either. You can't have a home cooked meal for your man and you don't have kids. That's a problem. To me, Jason, you know, should be thinking, well, I know she wants kids, but if she can't take care of me, I'm not going to give her any kids.
True. Okay, so I agree with you. The point that, oh, you know, she's a wife. She should take care of her home, which is what she's been doing up until Chardonnay came out. And now that Chardonnay is up and running, it's popular, it's successful, she's away from home a lot more. So the reason why I don't have as much of a problem with her being at Chardonnay is because they talked about it before. She was going to school for this. This was her dream. This is what she wanted to do. And as her husband, they're a partnership. So if this is her dream, this is what she wants to do, then you can say, okay, let's find a way how you can make this work and that we can make this home work. Instead of saying, no, my meal needs to be cooked. I'm $1 million athlete. Bump what you're trying to do. This is what we're about. I get that. She needs to take care of home. But this is your wife. This is your partner. This is your best friend. Like, you've got to make it work. You've got to make sure she's happy. She's got dreams and goals too. So you have to figure out, like, okay, so maybe we do need to stop being cheap and hire a maid or hire somebody. And that was very rude. What he said was, if we have a maid and a cook, what do I need you for? Like, your wife is way more than that, sir.
No, definitely. I think they just don't communicate well. I think, you know, when she's at work, if she can't go home and cook for him, she's saying to him, well, you can go down the street or you could order food. If I was in her position and I know that he just gave me the money to put my business together and I'm not able to do my wifely duties for him, then I would call for food to be set up and ready at the house. So I feel like if you can't, I feel like she could still do her end, or at least communicate to him, hey, Jason, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be home tonight for dinner, because it looked like they didn't communicate, and that's why he was sitting there waiting.
Right, and I mean, he was waiting. He said he'd been there for 2 hours. So I agree with that. She should do something, you know, she should at least make sure he eats.
Exactly.
I'm all about, look, honey, we're going to cook, and then I'm going to have the leftovers packaged up for you. So in the event I'm not here to make something fresh for you, all you do is pop it in the microwave, and you're full. You're fed. Yes. You know, so she should make more preparations in that regard. So I get what he's saying, but that's his partner as well. That's his wife. He loves her. He should love who she is and her dreams and aspirations as well, if they're truly partners, which I think they are. So the other part of this episode which I loved, was the fact that there was a confrontation between Jason and Medusa.
That was
Tasha.
the best scene.
Yes, it was. First of all, Tasha in this half weave and her hair falling out. That's what she gets. Tasha Mack, that's what you get for being a cheater. And now your guilt is catching up with you.
Yep.
And her hair is falling out. She's got hives and she's starting to feel it. And remember when she had that conversation with Pookie, he even said that to her. He was like, you're going to have to live with this for the rest of your life.
And I love that he's so mature that he's not popping back in her life as of yet and, you know, trying to throw things in her face. And like you said, he told her, hey, it's going to eat away at you. And yes, it is.
It sure has. So she comes in there trying to get her weave done again. And she said something to Chardonnay, which is, basically, I don't have any friends. You're it. Yeah. You're my only friend. But I feel like, you know, and she puts, again, Chardonnay is a little weak because she allows Tasha to again put a guilt trip on her.
I would have been like, no, listen, you almost broke up me and my man. Right. I am going home. You could be like everybody else. Call and make an appointment. Chardonnay is closed.
Right. I mean, she's already done this. She already messed up your marriage one time. You're going to let her do it again. So, of course, Jason walks in with his napkin on, being dramatic.
He is hilarious.
So dramatic. And they have this confrontation, and he said, oh, I forbid you to talk to her. That's an issue. Because I feel like, again, your wife is your partner. You shouldn't forbid her to do anything. She's not your child. She's not a dog. She's your partner. It's your wife. That's the woman you love, and that's your special lady.
Exactly.
You know.
I personally believe that they both have baggage, especially Jason, and she, you know, she jumped into something so seriously, so quickly. I think they need to see a counselor.
Right.
Because they obviously do not know how to communicate on the same page. And I also think Medusa, she needs to see a counselor by herself as well, because she needs to get out of her own head. She needs to go to church, repent, whatever. She needs to throw some holy water on her and get that toxin, those bad spirits or whatever it is in her out, because she's not going to be able to move on, and it's carrying on to other relationships that she has, like Chardonnay. And I think they all need to learn how to communicate like we do. We communicate pretty well, right?
High five, air high five. Boop. Okay. But yeah, so what I liked the most about the scene was that Chardonnay checked them both.
Yes, she gave up.
She did something that, first of all, Kelly Pitts would never do.
Never.
So she definitely let them know, I'm not Kelly Pitts, number one. And number two, she checked them. And I was glad that she did that. And I was like, go ahead, girl. You better show them who you are. Because she did it to me. Even in her little ghetto Chardonnay way, she was still respectful about, this is who I am. You're not going to tell me XYZ. I'm on your team, and you're my husband, but you're my friend, and you can't talk to me like that. You can't do this. So I think she did an equal checking, and you can tell because at the end of it, she walks out, and Jason's like, I love you. She's like, shut up. Shut up. And they both were just like, oh.
And I think everybody needs to do that. Sometimes you need to check people when, especially when you are sympathetic and empathetic. And I think that's what Chardonnay is. And I think that's why, you know, she's so empathetic to Medusa. And she's willing to do her hair and stay late and, you know, risk that she's going to get her husband upset because he is, you know, not going to be able to eat tonight.
Right. And so, of course, when she checks Tasha, and she says, you couldn't even keep a man if he was chained to you, like on Amistad. And Tasha was like, but if he's chained to me, then he can't go anywhere. Like, she checked her, look at, you know, her demeanor changed. She went from being a strong, you know, fierce, manipulative woman to being kind of like, oh, okay. So I like that. Chardonnay, good job.
Yes.
You're doing
Round
your
of
thing.
applause.
Round.
We see your character growing. We love it. We love the woman that you're becoming. And I love your fashion now and your style. You know, your weave looks good. Your clothes are on point. You ain't looking a hot mess like you were when you were bartending.
And that white outfit she had on. Oh, you're looking spiffy, honey. I need that white outfit.
She look good.
Okay. And so if you love us here at AfterBuzz and you want to support us, make sure you go to serialbuddies.com and check out the movie Adventures of Serial Buddies. It's about some serial buddies who kill people. I can't even tell you because it's so funny, and I want you to watch it for yourself. And the good thing about Adventures of Serial Buddies is that it is produced by Maria Menounos and Kevin Undergaro, who also are the founders of AfterBuzz TV. And if you go to serialbuddies.com and download the movie, your purchase of the movie helps us here at AfterBuzz TV. It continues to allow us to put on this type of programming for you. There's no ads, there's no commercials. We have guests. We do tons of shows for you.
Nice lights.
For free. Exactly. Lights for free. And we do that because of your help. So if you could go to serialbuddies.com, download the movie, let us know what you think about it because it's hilarious. And your purchase of the movie helps us right here to do this for you week after week after week. After week.
Then we won't miss weeks.
Right.
You know?
We won't miss weeks.
We had a miss last week. No,
we did. But not because of that. But that should make you want to buy the movie.
Yeah. And shout out to everybody who missed us. You know, unfortunately, we weren't able to come. Ashley, she was in the hospital, unfortunately, but she's feeling better. Meg was traveling the country. I was working hard on the grind. So it was nice to see that we were actually missed.
I know.
So
we miss you guys, too. We miss you guys. So then the other interesting storyline in episode 12 had to do with Keira and Malik and Blue, and her virginity, again, has come up. And what do you think about Malik telling Keira that it's her fault? She should have been honest about her virginity because that basically virgins are clingy. You didn't give him that option. What do you think his commentary about that is? Do you think that's true or not?
Again, I don't think people in this show are great communicators. I think there's a way to prove a point or give your opinion without making people feel bad. And I feel like he was right. I think she should have seen it because, again, she felt like he was in the wrong and, you know, she was in the right, but it took a friend who, you know, who is genuinely a friend of hers to be like, no, like, you can't go around doing that. That's a big thing, you know? Someone's virginity is a big thing. They need to know that. But, of course, he's a player and a baller, so he kind of went overboard and, you know.
I agree with him. She should have told. But the other thing that I don't think they're taking into consideration is that she was a virgin and she gave her virginity to this guy. That's big. That's huge.
Yeah,
she can't ever get that back.
Exactly.
And that's what she's trying to say is like, he got a prize. He, you know, he should, I am the prize here. You know, you guys should be happy that I was this old when I lost my virginity. This is something that you should be happy about. I mean, it took me a while and I wasn't out here loose like my friend Nina, loose old Nina. But so I think that in that sense, it was wrong. Malik, I get what you're trying to do. It's your friend. I get it. But she was a virgin. We should be celebrating that. I mean, she's not anymore, so we can't celebrate anymore. But we should celebrate that.
Yes,
you know
definitely.
what I mean? So, of course, she is at the club, and then she decides to call Blue, and she does the drunk dial over and over.
I was cringing.
Right.
I felt like somebody please take her phone. Not only did she lose her virginity, which, you know, they weren't in a serious relationship, and, you know, he's not really emphasizing the, like you were saying, the importance or the, what do you call it?
Importance of your virginity?
I guess. Yeah, the sacredness. That's what I was looking for. Okay. So now she's making a fool of herself.
Right. She's doing exactly what he said, which is being like a clingy, you know, somebody who's like, yeah, I want to be with you all the time. Like now she's coming off as that person. Mm-hmm. So.
But I love how Blue reacted to the situation.
Right.
And this is how I'm starting to fall in love with them. I am. Before, I was like, no, where's my Duran? Where's my Melly? But now I'm like, oh, Blue. Oh, Keira. He took care of her. I mean, she's puking all over the place. He's holding her hair. He's cleaning things up.
Right.
Putting her to bed. And then, you know, he's being a gentleman and not even sleeping in the bed with her. Now, you know, when a man has been with a woman already, he doesn't really see why he should sleep on the couch or give her space. You know, he could have easily took advantage of her. Even though he's been with her before, he still was respectable enough to not take advantage of her again. And
he washed her clothes. He washed her undies.
How embarrassing. I was so embarrassed for her.
That was so embarrassing. But I mean, that's close. They're close. Yeah. Very close friends. For her to be throwing up all those chunks at his house.
And see, this is where it gets iffy because, you know, I've had guy friends who you get very close to them like that and it starts to become a brother-sister type of situation, but they've been together before, so it's like, okay, are they going to continue? It's hard to, I guess, divide it or draw the line. I don't know if, well, of course, I think they're going to, you know, get back together at one point, but it's starting to get into a weird zone right now.
But I like it. I think that when you're in a relationship with somebody, it should be like this.
It should be friends,
like they're friends, you know, they're becoming more and more friends, okay? Because this is something that you require your friend to do. I'm drunk, I'm throwing up, you got to help me.
Yes.
And, you know, this is what friends do. It's not necessarily boyfriend, girlfriend. It doesn't feel like it. It feels like friends, but that makes the best relationship, I think. And the fact that they're still attracted to each other, I mean, I think it's going to work out.
But it's so hard to call it because sometimes when you have such a good friend like that, you kind of want to save that friendship. And sometimes relationships can ruin it because majority of the time when people sleep together or they date each other, afterwards, it's hard to be friends with them again because you guys already been intimate. So it's I know they're going to get back together, but it's starting to get a little weird for me.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, maybe
I like it, but it's especially when she's calling him.
Right. It is. It's a little weird, but I like how the episode ends with Keira, you know, coming the next day, her hangover. She's in his jersey, which is so cute, by the way. It's so cute.
It is. I'm falling in love.
Yes, and he makes her breakfast, and he's such. Oh, we love you, Blue.
Yes, Blue. We need
We need you to come back here, please. And they reconcile. They basically are like, well, let's agree to be friends. Let's, we're cool. And I think that's good. That's a good place to start, especially because of the stuff that they've already been through.
Yeah,
it's a good place to start.
Let me ask you this: can you go back to being just friends or be just friends after you've been intimate?
I think you can. And the reason I say that is because I've seen it happen a lot. I've seen it not necessarily with myself, but with other people around me. And I think it takes a level of maturity, because sometimes you got to go, okay, yeah, that was the past. We're not ever going to revisit that, but we're really friends. And that's it. So I think it can happen. In this case, do I think it's going to happen? No. But I do think it can happen. What do you think?
I hope it's not going to happen. I want to see them together and be happy and in love and have some beautiful Blue/Keira babies.
Yes, we love that. So what about people wanting to hear more about this on iTunes? Can we do that?
Oh, yes. iTunes is one of our favorite places to go to hear the after show for the game. So go to iTunes, download it, subscribe, tell your friends, comment, rate, all that jazz. Also go to YouTube, because we love YouTube.
Yes.
And you can see us on there, right?
Yes.
Go on there and also rate, comment, subscribe. We're on both places. You can see it on your phone, your iPad, and your computer.
I know, yeah. Make sure you give us 5 stars.
Oh, yes.
We're demanding.
Rate us.
5
you missed
stars.
us. Show us.
Yes.
Give us 5 stars.
Because we do read your comments, and we appreciate them.
We do.
So that's all for episode 12. Episode 13, which was this week, I Love Luke. Ooh. I really like this episode, I will say that. And Luke.
Yeah, let me just jump in. I'm looking at Luke and I'm like, he is beautiful. He looks familiar. Where have I seen Luke before? Luke goes to my Bikram yoga studio. I have seen him bent over in many positions. I know that don't sound right.
Yes.
But he is great at Bikram yoga. So yeah.
You can tell his body is great.
He keeps it on point, and I know how.
Now you know. Yeah. So the episode starts with Keira allowing Blue to come on set, and they're walking around. She's giving him the lowdown, and he smacks her booty, which, is cute. He's like, you got a nice little booty, whatever. And she's like, inappropriate. We're friends now. Being cute.
This is what I mean. This is the awkward stage, because it's like a week and a half ago, she would be like, ooh, he touched me on the butt. Now she's all like, you can't do that to me.
But you know what? I actually applaud her, because a lot of girls in this scenario would be like, okay, whatever. I know we said we were just friends, but that's fine. Like, and that's the problem, because we draw the line and then we keep moving it. And that doesn't work. But she's drawn the line. She says we're friends, and she's holding him accountable to act like a friend. Yeah. And I applaud her for that. I will say that.
She's trying.
I will say that. But now there's a little jealousy involved, because Luke slaps her on the booty, and she is just like, and she doesn't reprimand him. So now, of course, Blue is looking like, you let this dude smack in a booty.
I don't understand it. To me, I don't think she likes Luke, and I know she's acting as if she does, but I don't think I think maybe she's like, you know what, I need to get over Blue. So this man is attractive. I work with him. I can trust him. Let me just try to like him.
I think there's a little bit of that in there too. Because I know how it ends with her, kissing him, but I think I don't know. At the beginning, I didn't get that she really liked him. I still got, like,
I don't feel that. You feel that with Blue. You just feel that
and that's her first. How can you not? You just lost your virginity to this man last week.
Exactly.
Like, how can you not be emotionally invested in him as a woman? I don't get it. I don't know.
She's putting up a front, and you seen that when she was drunk. She was calling like, "Hey, Blue."
Right.
Hey.
Right. So after that, she goes to the game, and and they're friends. They're supporting each other. So Blue comes to her set. She goes to his game. And then afterwards, he's like, let's go hang out, you, me, and your friends. And she's like, I got to go with Luke. So then they go and eat. And, of course, there's that little exchange. And then she lets Luke come to her house. I have an issue with that, because they're coworkers. This is your co-star. Okay, I get you guys are going out to eat afterwards. You're on set, whatever. You're hungry. Let's go eat. But that's where it should end. Mm-hmm. It shouldn't be, let's go to the movies. Let's go to my house and watch movies. Let's go drink. Mm-hmm. Let's go get all up in, you know what I mean? It's just, now that's starting to get weird to me.
Starting to get weird and messy.
Right. And so what do you think about her calling Blue to help her out, to help her get out of her mess?
I feel like it was disrespectful, and I know she's trying to make it seem like they're just friends, but you slept with him a week and a half ago.
True.
You bring a man home, and like he said, like, you're a woman, you brought him home. Now you make your bed, now you're going to have to lay in it.
Right.
But I think it was nice of him to come down and save the day.
With his Birkenstocks on that were all the rage at Stanford, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know about those.
And there's big hate though. He hates on Luke so bad because he keeps calling him gay, and that's what guys do when they want to hate on a dude.
Exactly.
He's probably gay. Like, you're just a hater because he's actually attractive. Ugh, hater. But you say it's disrespectful. I say this. I like it because this is a friend. This is what you do with your friends. You call them. You be like, oh my gosh, I need help. Come and get me out of this. True enough, they did smash a week ago.
Like, if the shoe was on the other foot, Keira would kind of be hurt, if there's some girl upstairs, if Sierra was upstairs.
But that's the difference because she knows Sierra. That's her friend.
Okay. If there was another girl trying to put it on him and he called her, she would feel the same way. Like, you're a grown man.
But she would go. I think she would go help him.
She would go, but she would feel a certain way about it.
So that's how he feels, a certain way, right?
I don't know. To me, it's just they're playing kid games because she's probably calling him, too, to be like, let me show him that another man wants me.
Right.
And that's honestly probably why she brought him home because she knows he lives right there. He's going to see us go in the elevator or he's going to hear us talking because he lives right above her, which he said in front of
She makes
Luke.
very plain. He lives on top of her.
Exactly.
Yes.
And then he was trying to play it off. She was trying to play it off in front of Luke saying, oh, me and Blue, we're just friends. Oh, no. And Luke is like, Blue is just like to Luke a week and a half ago we were dating.
Right. So he puts it all out there.
They're all playing games.
They are. And I just think it's just kind of sad to me because I'm like, this dude, if you don't want to be with him and you don't like him and he's your co-star.
Don't lead him on.
Right. Because it's going to make it weird when you go to work. Okay.
So weird.
You keep your business and your pleasure separate.
That is the worst thing that you can do is, what do they say? Poop where you sleep or poop where you eat. Yeah. You do not want to do that because you have to work every day. That's how you make your living. And if you gotta feel this weird energy and bad vibes, it doesn't make for a good work environment.
It doesn't. And so we'll see where that goes. But I will say this. I think I like the fact that she calls on him as her friend. But now they both know that there's a little bit of jealousy involved between the both of them. And what do you think about that kiss at the end where she kisses Luke? And she pulls him to the side and she tongues him down.
It just didn't feel genuine.
Really?
I feel like she is going to try to throw herself on another man so she can get over Blue because she's saying, let's just be friends. Right. And really, she still feels for him. So she's like, you know what? I got to get over Blue. We're just friends now. He just wants to be my friend. So let me throw myself and try to give because she was a virgin. So she doesn't know what it feels like to be with another man. So she's wondering, maybe if I be with somebody else, like all the guys do, they'll be with another girl and be over another one. So maybe she bees with Luke, she'll get over Blue.
Yes, that is a very good assumption. I will say I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think that's what she's doing. I don't think she really genuinely likes Luke, even though he's really fine and fly. We'll say fine.
Flying.
You're flying, Luke. Okay, so then we have Malik. Oh, Malik, right? And Reese Shabani. And of course, they're trying to pitch the basically water to her father and him being a partner in it. Mm-hmm. And I think they have a good working relationship. However, we see that it changes. And I think that's not necessarily a good thing because we have Reese Shabani. She's a go-getter woman. She's very successful. She's good at business. And the one thing about business is that you don't get your emotion involved. And that is what her father says when she brings Malik to meet with her father. And he's pitching himself and he brings up the rehab and the assault case.
It's all valid points. If I was a businessman and somebody came to me with the same, a proposal and I know their personal history, that's bad business,
Right. And I get what he's saying because now it's a gamble. You don't know what you're going to get with this guy. Is he going to go back to drugs and alcohol? alcohol? Is he going to live the straight and narrow? You don't know what he's going to do. And her father, being the pristine businessman that he is not going to want to take that gamble. And so, of course, Reese says that she has been trying her entire life to please her father. So she kind of wants to get back at him. She wants basically Water to work. So she's going to work her butt off to get investors so that she can show her dad, haha, you should have listened to me. I am good enough. I am enough. You know, she says she does that, but I did not like when she crossed the line and she walks into that jacuzzi.
And it was so awkward. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why do you still have your dress on? Like, just don't take off your dress if you're going to.
It was so nice. It was a houndstooth print. I wanted that dress.
It was very nice.
Really?
I'm just like, it feels awkward. And again, like we were saying earlier, you know, you don't poop where you work at. And I feel like that's what she's doing. And let me tell you, you know, when you are playing these games, you have your father and an athlete, she's going to get burned.
She is. And Malik is still Malik. And I think that's the problem, because now she's crossed over from it being a work relationship to a sexual one. And she's like, ooh, you're so freaking sexy, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, Malik, you're going to mess this up, because he's Malik, right? I don't think
messes everything up.
I really don't know if he's going to continue to be. I don't know if he's going to be in a relationship with her, and I think she's going to mess him up really bad, especially when it comes to business. If he decides to continue to be the Malik right that we know.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he gets it from his mama, right?
I know, right?
There's a little.
The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
Exactly.
Apparently. So then we've got Jason getting a concussion. He's old. It was bound to happen. But it's so cute because Chardonnay is like, you can tell Chardonnay loves her man, because she's now bawling because he's got a concussion. And she says, he's my whole life. This family's my whole life.
That was so cute.
It was so funny, though, because of what Tasha says to her, which is, you're not Regina King. This is not Jerry Maguire. Like, get over it.
Tasha kills me. Does she do comedy?
She should.
She is hilarious.
Right.
She's really funny.
She is. And so that was really cute that, you know, Chardonnay's really feeling for her man, and she's worried. She doesn't want him to get hurt, because this is her husband. This is her life partner. And
that's her breadwinner right there.
Right.
She'll really be slaving.
Right.
Not just for fun.
Right. But you can tell she really loves him. And so when Tasha comes to the house and brings over the
concussion kit, Sunbeams concussion kit, I was dying when I seen that. And then she had some weed.
Right, a real blunt. Okay, we have books on blunt force trauma and a blunt. What is it? So of course she tells Chardonnay to go run him a bath, and she speaks to Jason. And the one thing that Jason says is, I'd rather do this. I'd rather be a Hall of Famer. I'd rather die, basically. I'd rather die being a Hall of Famer, a 2-time Super Bowl winner, than to be a regular guy.
But he didn't just say that one time. He said that 3 times.
Because he has a concussion, and this is not going to be good for him. I think in the next episode, as we've seen, I think it's going to affect him even more, because he's old.
Yeah.
You can't bounce back. You ain't got that bounce back like you used to.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It's kind of scary to see this, especially where their relationship is so fragile and so new, and they're still trying to feel each other out. To have an injury strike so quickly in the beginning of their relationship, it can have quite of a toll on the both of them. But it seems like Chardonnay is going to try to care for her man, even though she don't cook for him. She'll try to care for him in different ways.
But I think that it's important to notice how. I'll say this. In the next few episodes, I think that Chardonnay will be the one to have him rethink his career, because she sees that he's going down a bad path. Physically what this game does to him is deteriorating his body. And I think she loves him so much that she doesn't want him to deteriorate.
Yeah.
And I think she might be the one that pulls him away from football, because I don't think he will never pull himself away from football.
I don't think so.
Yes. And then what do you think about what he says to Tasha about that's the price that we pay? You've dropped your son off every week to play this game. that's what we sign up for. What do you think about that?
I agree. I do believe it is a price we pay. I was a competitive gymnast for 10 years, and I got to a level where, you know, I seen a lot of injuries, and I was starting to fall and get hurt, and I never seriously got injured, but at one of my competitions, one of my meets, one of the judges was in a wheelchair, and my parents had asked him, oh, what happened? He had fell off the high rings.
Oh, wow.
And landed on his neck wrong and was paralyzed from the waist down. And from that day, I tell you, I would go to practice and I could not perform in the same way. There was this fear that just came over me, and to me, it wasn't worth it at that point. I had other dreams, goals, and aspirations, and I just felt like it wasn't worth it. For some people, it is. For me, it wasn't.
Right. And I think you see that with Jason, and you see that with Tasha, that for them, it is worth it. Unfortunately, it's sad. And I think a lot of athletes, it's the same thing for them. It's worth it to be in this game and potentially harm yourself for the rest of your life, end up with Parkinson's, end up with all types of diseases, arthritis, injuries, whatever. And for them, it's worth it. And he says, this is the price you pay to be a star. And it's very sad to me, I think.
It is.
It's very sad that people would put being a star before their health. So sad.
I agree.
So anyway, do you have any predictions?
Where's the music? There we go.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV
Predictions.
I predict that Keira will pursue Luke, and he's going to fall for her.
Okay.
And she is going to try to go along with it. But she's also going to realize that she's falling more for Blue more than just a friend. And she's going to end up having to woman up and step up and cut off Luke and say, you know what, I don't care for you like that. I don't want to hurt your feelings. Plus, we work together. It's going to get a little weird.
Right. I will agree with you on that. And I will say that because she cuts Luke off, that it messes up her work. Some way, somehow.
Ooh, that's a good prediction.
Something's going to mess up with her work. And I also say that I would say Tasha and Foxy are probably going to hit a rough patch because Tasha's coming to her senses about the guilt that she's faced with Pookie and what she did to Pookie.
I agree. I think Tasha is going to need some eat, pray, love time for herself.
Right.
She needs to go find herself. Like I said, repent, get all those bad juju.
Yeah, that juju off her.
Exactly.
And also, Jason and Chardonnay. Jason, his injury is going to be a little more serious than we thought. And Chardonnay's going to try to wheel him back to reality. Like, you can't do this for the sake of our family.
Literally wheel him.
Right. He's just going to be like, there's no way that I'll ever quit football, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Great predictions.
Thank you.
You guys at home, let us know your predictions on our iTunes, our YouTube, and tweet at us. You can find me on Twitter at FitWithFallon. Also, stop by my blog, FitWithFallon.com. I'm at almost 20,000 views in 2 months.
Wow,
I get about 400 hits a day. I need to up that up, so please come visit me, FitWithFallon.com.
Yes, and you can always find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Meg Scoop, like scoop of ice cream. Hit me up, follow me, add me as a friend. Let me know what you think about us and what you think about this wonderful after show. Until next time, we'll see ya.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
My house.
Buzz you later. See ya.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.